Hey, Becky, you doing okay? Becky, poke, poke. Becky. Well, I can't do anything. Scoob.
Hey, Becky. That usually works.
It really does.
Angie, you might want to take over.
Guys, turn around. I'm gonna lift my shirt.
Okay.
Okay.
Becky. Hypnotic titties.
Did that not work either?
No.
Can we turn around now?
Yeah.
Oh,
I think she's broken.
We broke her.
Yeah.
Becky, you having some issues you're wrestling with?
Welcome to the Visual Waterboarding Podcast.
She's getting argumentative.
Yeah, you, like the rest of us that have gone, which is not me yet, have gone into this with like, I hate it, and I hate the fact that what mine is, I'm still going to do it. Yeah, you've been bitching about it for 2 weeks.
I hate wrestling.
You think I want to watch a fucking horror movie? Fuck you, no.
Oh, yeah, Scoob would rather literally go get a bikini wax than watch a horror
By
movie.
the way, I might know somebody who can wax you.
Bernardo. I'm kidding.
No.
Tori might.
I don't want to do that to her. She's a sweet young lady.
She is rather nice.
Okay.
Okay, but Becky, you want to set up with what you're doing since we've been talking about it?
I gotta watch pro wrestling clips. I hate pro wrestling. I'm defeating away.
For those of you who watch...
Becky, come back. We're losing her again. Come on.
The first one...
Show her your tits again.
Okay, here.
Oh, I mean, I'm okay. I'm okay with that. Okay.
So I'm just glad we didn't pick any sexy lady sexy lady matches.
Oh, yeah.
That would have been better.
That was the point.
Sasha Banks.
That's why we didn't.
Why didn't we do that?
That's why.
No,
that could have been the middle part and saved us.
Nah.
Okay.
I mean, we could probably find a good match.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Okay, so what's the first one you're watching, Becky? So
The Undertaker.
we're going to pause the audio, and you guys can watch along with us.
That's why we're setting up some
and then
of the
we'll
clips.
come back.
Yeah, we'll leave links in the description for everybody so you can watch along with us what videos we're watching.
Yeah.
So the first clip she's going to watch.
The Undertaker throws Mankind off the top of the Hell in a Cell.
The thing to remember is that these guys are huge. They're enormous.
Mankind at that point was about getting in a little under 300. So was
and they're
Undertaker.
both what, 7 feet? Pretty much right.
Taker's 7.
Taker's 7 foot tall. Mankind's like
by the
5
way,
something, maybe 6 foot.
Just because it's recent, I don't know if you know this. Shout out to Glenn Jacobs, better known as Kane, who is now the mayor of Knox County, Tennessee.
Yes, he is. Yes.
What? Sponsor
Did you guys see my memory on Facebook where I talked about my match I want to have with The Rock?
Maybe.
So
I'm never on Facebook anymore. So.
Okay, well this was apparently a memory I had that I shared, and it was I'm just gonna read this real quick because I think it goes along with what we're doing.
Well, I mean, if you're gonna have a match with The Rock, obviously.
I mean, so we went with this for nostalgia to get Becky what the good stuff was, the Attitude Era. She's gonna hate it, we know, but that's kind of why we do this. It's Becky. She hates everything that everyone else enjoys that she can't manipulate.
That's not true. I watch Critical Role with you bitches.
But you like Critical Role.
Exactly.
Angie doesn't
we like scary movies. Scoob hates scary movies.
I watched the live show yesterday, and I really like Bo.
Beauregard. I love Beauregard.
Yeah. And
the monk?
I liked Caleb. Maybe one of the clerics will heal me eventually. He had 2 hit points. I'm just going to... I mean, there's 2 clerics. Maybe one will get to me eventually. But this was I just want to read this because it kind of goes along with the theme.
Okay.
And this is what wrestling can do to a mind. So hearing about The Rock coming back to wrestling. Oh, this was in 2013 I wrote this.
Oh, Jesus.
So
was that
hearing
the
about
Cena match? The once in a lifetime that happened twice?
Yes.
Okay.
So hearing about The Rock coming back to wrestling gave me what I consider a great idea. Look at that perfect punctuation and grammar.
You act like you have to have an episode where you don't have that.
She was having an episode, all right.
I'm going to gain 600 pounds, then lose it all really quickly so my skin hangs like I'm a human flying squirrel.
I remember this now.
I remember it now.
Then I'm going to go into wrestling when The Rock makes his way to being the champion, because of course he will. I'm going to enter wrestling and become the worst wrestler ever, so he will have a pity match for me. Unbeknownst to him, my wrestling name will be Paper, and I will fly off the top rope and beat him because Paper always beats Rock. Then I will lose the very next week to a scissor kick.
I mean, that was clever. That was clever.
That was legitimate.
That was
I honestly
fantastic.
remember having that
I
thought.
think that means Booker T would be the champion on Monday.
Yeah.
I think that's how that works.
Yeah.
I mean,
Based on that.
it's an axe kick. Or no,
I
it's
stand by
It's
that
technically
toast.
a scissor kick. They call it an axe kick.
I stand by it.
I like it.
I'll
I
stand
like
by
it.
you.
Okay.
I'll stand by you. All right. Am I watching this now?
Yes.
Yep.
All right,
Okay, let me
so-
pause. Oh wait, are you finished setting it up?
For those of you who have seen the match, remember that when Taker, this is probably in the
And
clip you've
Taker's
seen.
the small one,
Taker's the larger gentleman.
the large one.
Yeah.
He's actually doing this with a broken foot.
Oh, interesting. Okay, so
Edit.
watch along with us. Okay, Becky. So now you know where the Reddit comment comes in, where they'll innocently talk about something like, "I remember my caddy was orange, and then back when Mankind was thrown off the top rope, blah 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 blah."
Yeah.
Or something like,
Yeah.
what is it? Like, used to have this really sad story, and they're like, but we never can forget that Mankind once again threw Undertaker off.
The
Yeah,
Undertaker threw Mankind off
Mankind
Hell.
off
in a
Hell.
Cell.
Whatever that is.
Yeah, that's what that is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because two things. Mankind asked to take that bump through that table.
Mm-hmm.
And fans appreciate that one. There's another one later that wasn't supposed to happen that the wrestlers appreciate. And that one's more violent. I think you'd appreciate that one.
It is. Basically, later on in the match, they're back on top of the cage. Yes, he gets back up from that and goes back to the top of the cage.
With a separated shoulder at that point.
Yeah. A little bit earlier in the match, he had laid out thumbtacks on
Oh,
in
that's
the,
right.
in the rings.
No. That's
No.
after he comes. That's after the chokeslam that I was good.
I thought he got choke slammed onto the thumbtack.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
does,
he did.
but
He gets-
after, but they okay. So
Oh,
Mankind
and because
gets
when
up.
he stands up, they're
Yeah.
all in his
No.
back.
So Mankind gets up after getting tossed to the announce table from the top of Hell in a Cell. They cart him off legit, and he's like, "Nope, getting up. This is how we're fucking doing it." So he gets like back up, and Undertaker starts climbing back up with a broken foot, mind you, putting his foot through the chain link.
Now
They get back up
Mankind
there,
now
they're
has
going.
a separated shoulder too.
And climbing off, and he is not a small man. He's climbing the fence, the Hell Cell.
I think the only thing I took from that is that chain link fence should not be walked on by large men.
You're not wrong.
You're not wrong.
They've reinforced Hell in a Cell since then because
Yeah.
now everybody gets on top of Hell in a Cell. It's a bit.
Not everybody, but
A lot. It's
a lot.
often.
If it's Shane, yeah, he gets on top of Hell
Jumps
himself.
off.
But
So
we've seen some of the old cage matches where it just collapses and they just
yep.
into the ring.
So-
Like I said, later on in
Yeah.
the match, they're back up top, and
It's right after this, and Undertaker goes for the choke slam, and he choke slams Mankind of thing. What wasn't supposed to happen was the cage gives way, and Mankind plummets and falls to the canvas through it.
on
So-
top of those thumbtacks.
on top. No, the thumbtacks weren't there yet.
I thought he fell through on top.
No,
of
he falls, and the chair that was up there with him hits him in the face, breaks
Yeah.
one of his teeth, and forces it through his. Forces it
Oh,
up
it
through
almost
his mouth.
went into his
out through his-
yeah.
It went into his nose. He had a
and
tooth
you know
in
that's
his
a
nose.
direct access to your brain. He could
he's
have almost
looking.
killed him.
He's looking into the camera, and he's trying to stick his tongue through the hole
He
that his tooth
is
had made.
sticking his tongue to the hole to his tooth made, which is in his tooth is literally in his nose because it forced its way through.
Oh my god.
Hold on, it gets better, or worse, depending how you look at it.
Riesling, look at Riesling's face.
So then he got knocked legitimate because the chair hit him in the face from that high. That's gonna knock him out. He can't honestly to this day or right after that he couldn't remember part of the match. He
Yeah.
couldn't remember after the first whatever. So then they finished the match by the way. So Undertaker drops down through the hole on his broken foot, so you see him hobble a little bit, which is weird for him because this man had broken ribs and wrestled with a fucking flak jacket so he could take a leg drop. Anyway, so then Mankind, after a little bit, gets the thumbtacks, and that's when he does the thumbtacks, and then toward the end, that's when Undertaker chokeslams him onto the thumbtacks. And thumbtacks were not something you saw at that point outside of ECW or Japan.
Yeah.
And yes, he's wearing a business shirt and a shirt under it, but it's still fucking thumbtacks, and
Yeah.
they're all over his uncovered arms.
Yeah,
and
especially
all kinds of-
especially with the how hard you would have to you're hitting anyways.
yeah.
Well, I mean, it's literally someone picking you jumping with somebody and picking you up by the neck.
Right.
So
slamming
basically, it's you voluntarily jumping and landing on your back into thumbtacks.
I understand.
But that was from the good old days of the Attitude Era.
Oh, I love the Attitude Era. I miss it so much.
Okay, so what's the
'Cause
next one?
The next one is so that was great nostalgic wrestling. The next one is
It's
from
just great freaking wrestling.
Okay.
I thought she was doing Botchmania next.
No, I want real good wrestling, and then botches.
The next is a newer thing from the NXT, which is the developmental.
I'm pausing it. Okay.
It's It's the Sicilian psychopaths.
No. It's Andrade Cien.
Oh, it's not Ciampa. Okay.
No, it's
you
not.
didn't go with that.
No.
It's
Ciampa Gargano's all right, but I like Almas Gargano.
It's Johnny Gargano and
Johnny freaking Wrestling
and
Oh.
Andrade Cien Almas.
Yeah. Okay.
Does it have the thing where he runs the ropes and like poses in it? Because that's awesome. You know what I'm talking about, right?
I don't remember. I skimmed through it.
But you know the bit I'm talking about, right?
There's a slingshot spear. So
no, the one where he like hooks the ropes. He's like lounging in the corner, like lounging in the ropes. Okay.
Maybe.
Okay.
All right.
So you wanna pause?
Yeah.
All right. So watch along with us.
And that, Becky, is professional wrestling now. That is NXT.
That is developmental.
That's the guys trying to get on TV.
Yeah, that's the guys trying to get on
I
TV.
appreciate those guys.
Yeah.
Right?
I used to watch NXT a lot, but then
I love NXT.
I took an arrow to the knee.
I love NXT. I watch it every week.
I would like, but also the gentleman in charge of NXT is Captain Barry the Planet, Triple H.
Yes.
He is.
Oh, I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
Triple H, who used to just, I'm going to be the world champion. Because look, I love you, Vince McMahon, but you're out of touch.
Yeah.
You're trying to push Roman Reigns down our throats, which Moreland might like that. That's not what the rest of us want.
No,
but you're letting NXT.
Moreland does not like Roman Reigns.
Oh, that's right.
We've already
But
established
NXT is where the good shit, and that's like one of the newer matches. That wasn't one of the 5 stars in NXT,
no,
was it?
That's a 5-star.
That was a 5-star.
That was a 5-star.
Thank you, Meltzer.
Right.
So Becky, I've watched your face more than that match. The entire thing. Your eyes got super fucking amazed.
Okay, here's the thing. Is
Becky enjoys violence.
Yes, she does.
Sure. Okay. That I mean, there's that.
Well, then then why didn't she love Hell in the Cell? Why, But I think.
But I think it's because here's the thing. A lot of times, like older matches, especially because that was really where I've ever seen pro wrestling, is it just feels so contrived. Like
you're right.
You're like, oh, let's walk around, hit you. Oh, look at me, I'm so cool.
Well, a lot of guys.
Well, wrestling is a show. It's it's a circus.
But the thing of it is,
the Velveteen Dream, he's like
who is
that.
basically Prince.
Yeah.
Oh.
He's.
Oh,
no,
no,
Ric
it's
Flair
fucking.
would always put on a show.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You've got to put on a show.
But the thing is, guys like Flair, guys like Dusty, they had the charisma and pull you in, but they were also great work rate. A lot of what you see in NXT is what's called strong style. It's hard hitting. Yeah, I mean, if you look, you can when those kicks land, that's them slapping their thigh.
But that's just for because you're still getting kicked.
Some of them.
Well, the Young Bucks tend to kick people in the fucking face.
Sorry.
Aleister Black does too because he broke freaking.
Yeah, now he's out with a fucking injury for surgery. Fucking.
That's why they have to stay. Why they have to meet a very like. I was reading about this. They have to maintain a certain physical standard to be able to accept all that abuse.
Even
And
to actually do that shit.
Right. They're basically stuntmen.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
they actually take these kicks and hits, but they do it in a way where they take less damage.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And who can blame them? I wouldn't want to get
I mean, just.
But sometimes they really do punch each other in
It's
the
called
face.
it's called getting potatoed.
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't have a problem with wrestling. The thing is, like when I watch it, I'm not about. Sorry, the thing had gone off. I don't mind it. It's just the fact that I feel like it's just so contrived. But that didn't feel contrived. That felt like, even though it was a performance and you knew it was a performance.
They may have actually planned the outcome. We don't know.
Right.
Some matches, I think that they let them just fight.
Oh yeah.
Well, no,
but sometimes you know who's going to win.
Well, a lot of times they say, okay, here's the couple big sequences, your big spots, as they call it, and then here's your winner. And then they call it in the ring or they figure it out amongst themselves.
NXT is basically the entire matches are big spots. They're huge,
but they're not spot fests as much.
Yeah, but they are. You've got your Gargano jumping off audio equipment, plunging Ciampa through a table.
But the thing
you've got all kinds of stuff.
But the thing that back in the Attitude Era, when me and Moreland really watched it heavily, I think maybe you're old enough to be in Attitude Era.
Yeah.
That was when the shit was like, oh look, titties, and oh look, the vampire guys.
Yeah, and the dancing and singing girls, and
but
Sting
now
with the crow mask.
Everything before that was.
By the way, Sting's going to be at Dragon Con.
So is Lita, and I can't go.
Yeah.
And Ric Flair. And
because he couldn't make it last year.
Yeah.
But
Kane won't be. He's probably got gubernatorial things to do.
Everything before the Attitude Era was, let's give somebody a gimmick. Let's make them. You are this.
The
person.
wrestling hockey fight, the player, wrestling.
You're a wrestler, but you're a hockey player.
In the
You're a
WWF
wrestler,
days.
but you used to play play basketball. You're a wrestler, but you used to be a
garbage man, a cop.
And these are your moves. Your signature moves are based off of this.
These are what you do. That you can do this.
So then
you have creative freedom with what you say and everything.
That's not true at all.
I mean,
you're not Hogan.
But this is what you are. This is what you are. This is how we're going to push you. And if they like you, they like you. Cool. If they don't, they don't.
And you're gone.
If you get what's called over, where the fans want you to do shit, you're over. But you might not be. But then you get guys like Stone Cold who. He got over because he was beating up the boss, and you felt like the guy. You're like, I identify with that guy.
You want to be that guy. I'm beating.
And he
on
brought
my
in the
boss.
milk truck, and then he brought in the beer truck.
Angle,
He brought in the beer truck. Angle brought in the milk truck.
Because
Angle
that was the gimmick to the counter to the beer truck.
Because Angle's the goody two shoes guy.
That's right. Yeah.
But then you started to have guys like Angle with his actual Olympic background. You have guys like Lesnar. Actual double NCAA guy.
And like I don't mind.
NCAA
and
guy.
I mean I know that it's mostly fake. I understand that. But
predetermined.
Okay.
I need you.
Predetermined.
Moreland.
Calm down, Scoob. I got this.
But there are some fake hits we've seen where
there's
falls over.
There's we see a lot of that in Botchmania. There is obvious cooperation, and that's when it's bad.
Yeah.
Everything you just saw with Gargano and Almas
was real.
They were cooperating, but could you tell when they were cooperating?
What I'm saying, before you get all triggered, put your titties back in.
No, never. They're on the table.
God, you scared Riesling.
Yeah, you did.
Okay, come here. Oh my God.
That's going to suck to edit out, by the way.
Sorry.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, my point being is that it felt like, it felt more like there was more at stake. And it felt more like it was, even if it was rehearsed or whatever, there was a lot more effort put into it other than trying to just put a show on. It was literally like, we are fighting each other.
Because it was also a championship, like heavyweight title match.
Well, no, what you just said you hate is actually going to be what you watch next.
I was about to say, it was a championship match.
I don't know about, Botchmania
it was
just
for
fuck ups and bloopers usually.
Yeah. It was for the NXT title.
Oh, you might laugh.
Gargano had fought Cien Almas 3 times and lost every single time.
And that was his last opportunity?
That was his last. Not his last opportunity. He had one more opportunity on actual NXT, the actual show, not pay-per-view.
Oh, not a takeover or whatever that was.
Yeah, not at a takeover.
Random thought. I did really good with this lighting.
Anyways,
that means you should watch for wrestling. You would appreciate the light show videos.
He had faced him at one pay-per-view and lost because of Selena Vega. He had fought him on NXT TV 2 more times and lost 2 more times because of Selena Vega. Mm-hmm. And then he fought him here and lost because of Selena Vega. Well,
however,
because she pulled his arm under the rope. He had him right there.
Oh yeah, he had him there.
He had him.
Mm-hmm. But as a heel valet, that's what she's.
She plays
she
her part perfectly.
She's there. She
got what's called heat.
Do you know what? Even Miss Elizabeth, every once in a while, would do some stuff.
But her
for Macho Man.
But her getting heat was nowhere like a Vega.
No.
Her getting heat was yeah.
Like she would just give Macho Man like a kiss, or stroke his hair. She wouldn't really interfere. It's not unless it was Ric Flair every once in a while.
Mm-hmm. I remember one time she she took off her skirt in the middle of a match, and that was to keep them from losing or something. And that was
because it makes him mad when other people looked at her.
Yeah, it really did in real life too. I think if you watched it without the storyline, like knowing it, I think you would appreciate stuff like that.
Oh no!
I think you would appreciate. Now it wasn't flippy shit. It wasn't Ospreay versus Ricochet. I don't think Becky could deal with that.
I don't mind. Like I like UFC fighting. I like stuff like that. I like things where there feels like there's something at stake.
Okay, so
I think that's my problem with it. It doesn't actually feel like something.
So she just needs to watch a lot of NXT.
But it's like boxing; they have to win X amount to get a title shot.
Right.
Well, or just threaten the general manager's life to be Braun Strowman.
But if it's predetermined and it doesn't, and it feels contrived, it feels like they're not actually.
It's entertainment television.
Right.
It mainly depends on who is over with the crowd. If you're over, you're going to get pushed. That's
not true at all.
Not some
Rusev Day. Now, guys,
if you're over and you don't have backstage heat, you're going to get pushed.
Okay.
Because that's
basically
the only thing
if
with
you
Rusev.
sell enough T-shirts and the fans like you, that's why they buy your T-shirts.
And they'll introduce a new crop of wrestlers. Like I remember when Chris Benoit was introduced, and he was introduced with 3 other guys, but he
Dean
was
Malenko,
the one.
Perry Saturn, and Eddie Guerrero.
Yeah, Eddie.
Sorry,
but he was really the one that was pushed. him
Yeah, Chris
mostly
Benoit
because
was
people
pushed.
liked him. He was the All-American boy.
Yep.
Even though he's Canadian.
Yep.
Well, yeah, but he was advertised as the All-American boy.
Here's the best part. He walked out of WCW while he was their world champion and showed up on TV.
Yep.
It was pretty cool. Okay,
Yeah.
so
Sorry,
the next one is the
Botchamania.
This is.
Don't ever do that again.
I had to. This is people fucking up, doing something stupid
Or something corny and foolish.
A flub of the dub. You know, they misspoke or something
I
like that.
also want to point out
Sorry, I'm pausing it.
that
Yeah.
even though they go through tables, the tables are a different table set to collapse easily, but that's because back in the day, wasn't it Ric Flair got really hurt when a table didn't collapse? It was
Not as badly as
it was the announcer.
I think
who was it?
Hardcore Holly split his back like a vagina wide gash.
Yeah, so they made where if they hit the table, they do break and collapse,
Yeah.
and not in
Yes,
shards.
they
because there have been a lot of
un-
them who've gotten hurt.
Unless they're a Japanese table. Japanese table strong.
Yeah.
Announced table sometimes strong.
Well, apparently during the last table ladder chairs match, somebody tried to put Ambrose through. Somebody tried to put Dean through a table like 3 times, and he didn't go through it.
Oh yeah,
He hit,
because
like 3 different
because they
tables.
either A, didn't gimmick the table, or B, we're big enough to break the table. No, you're not.
It's like, oh, here you weigh enough to just break the table, so they just kind of lightly put him on it, but they didn't put him on it lightly enough. They put him on it hard, but it still didn't give.
That's why
jeez.
if you go back to 1998 when the Hell in a Cell stuff was happening, if you look at the sale, honestly, I swear this is not a joke. If you look at the rates of sales of like folding metal chairs and wooden tables when backyard wrestling happened, it's a spike.
Yes.
Oh yeah, and there were people. Yeah.
Actually doing backyard
Yes.
bullshit. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so hi, I had a trampoline. We jumped.
Exactly.
Exactly.
And then he put up wrestlers' entrance music CDs. Well, kept that going.
Do you know? Do you know how many times I gave my friends a stunner, or
Oh, yeah.
choke slammed
My
them,
buddy Michael-
or rock bottomed them?
Yeah, my buddy Michael broke his arm giving my other friend the rock bottom. Because our fucking other friend trapped his arm and he's an asshole.
You dick.
And when you're not trained like these guys
Exactly.
on how to give it and take it,
Yeah.
Things happen.
So
it's
Becky,
all
this
different.
is
Okay,
this
Becky.
is Botchamania. This is fuck ups and bloopers and all kind of stuff. So if you don't like this,
Volleyball.
that's fine. But if you like bloopers, I think this might be for you.
Okay.
Beach ball coming onto the into the ring during a match.
All right, watch with us.
Okay.
So Becky didn't make it through the clip.
Oh no, she stopped at Dragon. The only real
Oh look,
Dragon.
Becky,
wrestling.
come back. Guys, turn. Tits wiggles. Fluffy. Oh, it's not saving her.
I'll never get those 6 minutes back.
You didn't even go 6 minutes into the clip, did
It
you?
was 6 minutes and 40 seconds I watched of all of that. That video was 10 minutes.
I would also like to point out
That wasn't
during several points of that you were amused as fuck, and then
I was amused by the flubs in script when it got to the
Dragon.
the Department of Redundancy department.
No,
Dragon.
There's
He's the only real
there's
professional
the
dragon
Ultima. There's
in
the
wrestling.
Ultimo Dragon, the Dragon Kid, Dragon Lee. What you got to was Dragon, the only real dragon in professional
I'm
wrestling.
about to drag these nuts on your face.
Bitch, damn.
Damn.
Because honestly,
for those-
I can't get those 6 minutes
For
back.
those of you wondering, Dragon is actually just a guy in a dragon fucking furry
Costume.
Do you know
costume.
what kind of dragons I like? Dragon Age.
Yeah,
I like
no.
Dragon Con.
Well, that Dragon
You
could
like
age the
That,
fuck out of you.
those clips
You
were
like-
dragging on real hard.
And you
you
like
like-
Little Dragon Cafe.
yeah,
Ti-
Little Dragon Cafe.
Tiny Dragon Cafe, whatever the hell it's called.
You laughed way too hard when the little person got drop kicked off the ring.
Okay.
Okay, that
How do
shit
you-
was funny.
How
as
do you,
hell.
funny as
okay.
If you've
He
ever
just
wondered
kind of
what,
slid down like he was on a conveyor belt.
if you ever wondered what
He
it,
didn't slide. He flew.
if you've ever wondered what it looked like to
And
drop
what's
kick
funny
a toddler,
is
that's what it looks like.
He took the other person out to BAM! Like, how do you explain
he
getting
literally
taken out?
looks like
by-
a tiny bullet just shooting off the
That-
off the stage.
That's
I
kinda
think-
what he was.
I think we need to look up one more clip to show her actual
Oh, I
botched
thought there
wrestling
was
moves.
one more.
Which one?
Any of
Was there
them.
only
We just
3
need-
clips?
There's
yeah.
only 3 that Moreland posted.
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
Oh no, there's a lot of
I wanna-
Botchamania.
yeah.
Shout out to Mafu, Maffew. Follow us, please. If Mafu follows us, I win.
What was that the film?
The bottle.
My bottle. Hey, Becky, let me see your phone. I'm gonna look up one more.
Okay. Here you go.
I'm gonna try to find actual wrestling move botches.
Where someone just breaks their neck.
Well, not breaks their neck, but possibly.
Yeah,
hurt.
just type botch move. Yeah,
Yeah.
because like.
I was
And-
looking at, or you know what? This is very different because I was looking up nerdy nummies.
I
Now
love
my
nerdy
thing is
nummies.
going to be filled with wrestling clips.
That's the point.
By the way, I found an adorable recipe for Infinity Stone cupcakes.
I saw that because I'm subscribed to her on YouTube.
I thought that was pretty awesome.
Rosanna Pisano, follow us.
Didn't she do the Skittles
She did the
Yeah.
Skittles vodka
Yeah.
that we did for the cabin
Yes,
that
10
year.
million views, followers on Twitter. It's pumpkin.
Hold on. I have to show her the best botch ever.
What botch?
Titus O'Neil.
Titus World slide. That one's gonna need setup. Let me know when you find it. It's literally posted by the WWE. You can just go to their website and or their YouTube and find it.
I've got it.
Well, what month was it? It was middle of the year. They did something in Saudi Arabia called the Greatest Royal Rumble. It was a 50-man Royal Rumble,
Okay.
and no women could participate because Saudi Arabia.
Right.
So now they gave him the Monday before. They gave them the main event slot on Raw, and then now we have an all women's pay per view, which I'm really excited if Bailey Lita happens.
For Evolution.
Evolution is
Yeah.
what it's called. So it's a women's only pay per view.
Okay.
The Royal Rumble is, we've talked about it, there's an interval between wrestlers and they run to the ring. The gentleman you're about to watch is a legitimate ex-Florida Gators player. Mm-hmm. I think he played in pros, but I don't know for what team.
I don't know, but I'm not.
His wrestling name, or maybe his real name, is Titus O'Neil. He was the man also suspended for grabbing Vince McMahon by the arm so Vince's daughter could walk by him first, and he was going to get fired, but someone talked him off the ledge. You're about to see what's called as Titus World Slide because he has a faction of him and a female wrestler, Dana Brooke. It's Apollo Crews, named Titus Worldwide. Becky, I would like to point out that if he was a quarter inch to the left or right, he's going to hit a metal pole with his forehead.
Okay.
Becky, Angie, if you've not seen this clip, you're gonna want to watch Titus World Slide.
I'm more disturbed by what's happening right now.
You should be. Give it a minute.
It's fucking hilarious.
Okay, we're back.
So Becky, now that you've seen Titus World Slide, how do you feel?
That shit was funny.
She's dead.
It was funny. That was some funny. That's
was
the
also-
stuff I live for.
It was also in front of 1 billion people
I mean, I'm down for that. That was embarrassing.
That was
in one of your home countries.
The
Why was the start of the Preakness the method, the rhythm you did that to?
I don't know.
it was
I
great,
can
though.
100% say that stuff like that is funny. It's the dragon kind of stuff.
It's just a different level of humor. I don't know
she
if
doesn't like
Moreland,
the
do you
endings.
appreciate Dragon?
I appreciate Dragon.
I appreciate Dragon.
I
appreciate
probably
Dragon
would
because I like
appreciate
dragons.
Dragon more if somebody kicked me in the head.
Okay.
Funny enough story.
Oh, God.
He can kick you in the head.
Well,
He can.
He did whip around and tail whip.
he did out of nowhere. Fucker. Titus.
Haha.
World Slide.
I'm done with this episode.
No, you're not.
No, you're not.
Because we're not.
We got one more.
Oh,
'Cause
Jesus
we need
fuck.
we need to watch actual wrestling botches, actual botched wrestling moves.
Okay, do you have a clip?
I need to.
You
look
need my
one
phone
more.
again?
I need your phone
Okay.
again so I can look one more up.
Yeah, this is it. This is the last one.
Promise.
What the fuck are you going to show her?
I don't know.
Show her the bot styles clash.
No.
Why would you not show her a bot You can keep recording. Why would you not show her a bot styles clash? That's a broken neck and a half.
Why not the Will Ospreay one?
Oh, the one that was broke his own neck?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I've got one for her.
Okay.
I'm going to show her Sasha Banks' top 10 moves.
That's just Sasha Banks being awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
The legit boss.
So,
An actual cousin of Snoop Dogg.
all right. So Sasha Banks pretty cool.
Did you re-recording again?
Mm-hmm.
I miss Paige.
I do too.
I missed her before the porno came out.
I liked her signature move.
Who, Sasha's?
Yeah, that to me was like, okay, that's pretty cool.
The bank statement. Yeah.
Yeah. Other than that, I was like,
the
that's
double knees to the
interesting.
back, roll you over into the crippler crossface.
I mean, here's the thing. I am all down for girl hair pulling, though. Start pulling the hair.
Oh, yeah.
I'm trying to figure out who else she might like. Well, you keep working on the Osprey botch.
I've got it.
You have the Osprey botch?
Yeah.
Can I set the Osprey botch?
Sure.
So Will Osprey and Ricochet are two of the.
Well, this wasn't with Ricochet. This was.
No, I know it was Marty Scurll.
Yeah, Mighty Scroll.
They're what's known as the kings of flippy shit, which is literally they will literally do the suicide dive, backflip, front flip, and they'll end in like the Superman knee down, fist down pose.
Ricochet's awesome.
Didn't the announcer actually call it the flippy shit?
Yes.
Yeah,
That's
because
where it got the name from.
Well, that was I think Vader called it that, and then he wrestled Will, and he was like, oh, "Okay, I respect you now, whatever." But the thing you're about to see, it was one of the more most latest New Japan things.
Okay.
He's fighting a wrestler by the name of the Villain Marty Scurll. Will Ospreay is on the ring apron and almost breaks his own fucking neck.
Okay.
Because he lands vertical and his neck does not.
Yep.
Okay.
I showed you this clip, Angie. I'm pretty sure.
It's.
Ospreay.
I'm surprised he survived that match.
My
He
neck
actually had to go to it was in Japan. He went to the hospital. That like right after that match.
He went to the hospital that day. He went to the hospital after the match. He went to the hospital the next day.
The next day.
To make sure
Yes.
nothing moved and broke. Because
Yes.
your neck can break.
Oh,
it doesn't have to be immediate.
Exactly.
And he literally
Like if it had swollen, it would have held it in place, but then it could still be broken.
he literally almost put the back of his head on his own chest.
Yeah.
That
he
is
did,
awful.
yeah.
What the fuck?
I would also like to point out
Holy crap.
they also recoiled from the fucking tombstone on the floor.
Oh Jesus, that
yeah,
was bad
because
too.
there's some things like I get it, like punching yourself into the chest or into an arm or something like that. That's one thing, but doing something that could possibly either paralyze you or kill you, that's a whole different thing.
Well,
that's why like anywhere in the U.S. unless it's the WWE and it's Kane or Undertaker, no one. The tombstone is banned.
Legitimately,
that first move they did. It's not what's
it's not preferred. Like because any pearl driver, tombstone or regular.
Yeah.
Which means Jerry Lawler had to switch to the fist drop, and that's why when Punk did it during that one Cena match, everyone was like, it's the pot. That's why Kevin Steen can't use the fucking package pile driver.
Yep.
Which is way more dangerous because you're actually holding the person together in like you go under their arms and like grab the back of their thighs, and then you just sit down. So their body is completely compressed, all the power on their neck.
What the fuck?
Or the back of it. Actually, the reason Stone Cold retired when he did is because of a botched tombstone. Because Owen Hart sat down on his ass instead of on his knees.
Yep.
And gave him a zinger and nearly paralyzed him.
And once you injure your neck, the chances of breaking it and dying instantly are exponential.
And Stone Cold had to have his vertebrae fused. Same with Edge. Same with a few people actually.
Yeah.
Lita too, right?
Wasn't it Dusty Rhodes who had neck problems? Like, didn't he break his neck? It was either Dusty or Dustin.
I think it was Dustin.
Yeah. Oh, broke his back.
No, that was Flair.
Okay, Flair broke his back
in a plane crash.
And then one of them got their back broke on a table that didn't break.
That was Michaels. He broke his back on a casket during a casket match.
Oh yeah.
And then he left for 3 years.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mainly because a lot of the time after that he was on drugs.
All the pills.
All the pills.
Confirmed. All the pills.
Becky, what do you think?
Now that
wrestling?
you've seen wrestling that.
There are some that I'm okay with. I'm like that one that you showed me.
So the pay-per-view matches you'd probably like.
The pay-per-view, yeah.
I guarantee you we could find wrestling Becky would watch with us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely.
She'd watch NXT with us.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
She'd
I
watch
mean,
NXT.
I like UFC and MMA, and that was what that felt more like. It felt more like it
Or
felt like actual
Moreland,
more.
She hasn't even seen New Japan,
right?
But I still hold by the fact that I just can't get behind.
You just don't have
the
an appreciation for the funny shit of it.
I have an appreciation for the funny shit, but at the same time, it's like the funny shit starts to become too much. It's hard to explain. Like
No, I understand.
Yeah, it's like they make it and they make themselves a joke, and
they do.
That's the sad part about it. It's like I think that one that you showed me, the NXT one, it felt more
the first one, the Almas Gargano.
Yeah, it felt more legitimate. Like it was funny, but it wasn't funny to the point where it was what is the word? What's the word?
Convoluted?
No, it's you make yourself a laughing stock.
Yeah, it's like a farce.
Yeah, a farce. That's a perfect word for it. That to me, that's why a lot of the wrestling I've ever watched, I've watched wrestling, but I'll sit there and I'll look at it and it's like you're just making a farce of you're making it so much more dramatic than it is. But that one was pretty good. But I mean, even with the Undertaker, Mankind.
So she probably liked title fights.
Yeah,
where there's actually something at stake.
Tell you what, Becky, we'll just give Moreland, give her your fucking WDB network account. Let her watch NXT till she's blue in the face.
Yeah, I mean, well, she'd probably just more want to watch the pay-per-views.
Take over.
And Scoob, you wanted to give a shout out to the WWE
The
Network.
WWE network.
Yeah, shout out to the WWE network. Please give me a free subscription.
He will watch literally every single pay-per-view
Fuck
ever.
yeah, I will. You fucking kidding me?
That will be his life. Period.
Instead of
That is-
YouTube, it'll be the WWE network.
Exactly.
I'll be
I will
watching.
say
if
that's
there was
ba-
a UFC or boxing that did that, I would.
I'll
That
even,
I would do it.
that pay-per-view one, a lot better than the Floyd Mayweather ones I've seen. So
But I think there's one other one that
That's
you would
pretty
like.
good. That was a good one.
Probably the ladder match that had Ricochet,
I don't
Lars
think Becky-
Sullivan, Velveteen.
I don't think Becky would like flippy shit as much as it looks like.
No, I think she would. I think she would. I think she would like that match.
I think she likes strong style, not flippy shit.
I think she would like
Yeah.
that match though.
What's wrong, Sam?
yeah,
I think she would like that match though.
It's possible.
EC3, Adam Cole, Lars Sullivan.
No, Adam Cole, baby. If you're gonna fucking do it, mark out and do it right.
No,
all right.
About time to go.
it is time to go.
I got a gassy dog. That's
That's
what, I was
what that was. Yeah, I
yeah,
thought.
that had to be gassy dog. Was
Oh
that gassy
Jesus
dog?
Christ!
That has to be gassy dog. Is it not gassy dog?
It is.
Okay, we need to hurry up, Becky. Wait.
Despacito.
Hey, Becky.
Wait, I just got a text I need to read to you guys.
Okay.
Oh God.
And by the time the stream hears it, it's going to be old news. But, okay, so there was a Rochester draft today. And yeah, that's where they do old sets. Someone drafted a Black Lotus.
Fuck them.
But you can't keep it because all the cards are being donated for charity.
Oh yeah, it's a Rochester.
Yeah. Can you imagine being the person that drafted a Black Lotus
Knowing it's gonna be given to charity.
and you can't keep it?
I don't know where that Black Lotus went. What?
But on the try not to cry, that would.
That would have, yeah.
Yeah, fuck.
Set the Black Lotus on fire.
Why don't we just blow up your fucking car?
Right.
It's the same. It's the same cost value. Fuck.
Right.
Oh, where can they find us?
Hey.
Hold on. Hey, Becky.
Becky.
Where can they botch us?
Where
Oh my God.
Where can they find us?
You can-
not botching the intro or outro
You
Yeah.
can find us on Facebook.
What about Spotify?
Why do you do this to me?
because it's
It makes my
Becky.
nipples hard.
Because
You can
Becky.
find us on
I believe
Facebook
that.
at The Free Rotation Podcast. You can find us on Twitter at The Free Rotation. We're also on Instagram at The Free Rotation Podcast. And you can find us on YouTube at The Free Rotation. You can check us out streaming weekly, 3 or 4 days a week at The Free Rotation. We are Twitch affiliates, so feel free to throw us a Twitch Prime subscription if you happen to have Amazon Prime. It's free. We're also on Stitcher, Google Play, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Please rate, like,
Website.
subscribe, review, all this stuff. We also have a website. You can check us out at thefreerotation.com. And we are also affiliates of Weeby Geeks. Wow, this thing is getting longer and longer to say as it goes. Holy shit. I
So
feel
maybe
like,
write it down.
No, it's not that. It's the fact that I feel like we just keep adding things. By the end of it, we are
We do.
literally going to have the Bible.
We're gonna have a TikTok later on just because.
The dog is gassy.
Hurry
It
quickly.
is right beside me, please, God.
All right. And I'm done.
And remember, to botch or not to botch, that's how you go viral.
Still Coma.
Damn it, Scoob.
I'm sorry, but I needed it. That had to happen.
That actually was really funny.
It's perfect.